I'll kick it off. Thank you all for joining. All the startups that you are going to see today are part of our both our fintech batch and the enterprise tech batch. And so, the focal area for today's webinar is around automation. I think typically when people think about process automation, they only think about it from an operational standpoint. And so we've kind of brought together startup that provide automation capabilities in various functions, whether it's business intelligence, process discovery, operations, auto machine learning tech. We want to make sure we present, kind of some of the best companies that are in our batch right now. And, they were selected by our corporate partners. And so you'll have the opportunity to see companies that, many of our partners have chosen to be part of our program. And we're going to be presenting around 7 companies. They'll all have around 6 minutes to present, followed by 2 minutes of Q&A. If you want to move on to the next slide, if you have any questions, please use the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen, specifically for the startup. And at the end of every startup presentation, a poll is going to pop up asking if you want to be connected with the startup. And if you wish to be connected with them, just mark it as yes. That window is going to pop up as soon as kind of the Q&A starts for every company that's presented today. And then our team will essentially follow up after their webinar to kind of make those introductions for you. And if you have any general questions, logistics around the webinar itself, please use the chat feature. So there is a separate Q&A box that you should see in the far right corner, and there is a chat function next to participants. So if there's any general question, please use that for general comments or questions around the webinar itself. And then for all of our presenters, if you're not presenting, please remain muted until it's your turn. As I mentioned earlier, we'll cover different areas with each of our startups, and then please feel free to ask questions. And with that said, I'd like to start off with the first company, Markai. Markai is the only personal business companion built for every business user at an enterprise. They deliver data insights as interactive audio visuals coupled with natural search and clickless intelligence. They're built for the cloud. They give secure and governed business insights without limits, and they also add a play button for data consumption. And for those of you who've heard about or looking into augmented business intelligence, this is a very interesting company. They were actually also voted as a Gartner Cool Vendor, I believe, last year or this year, but Ramesh will correct me, but I know that they've been voted as a cool vendor. With that said, I'd like to pass kind of the mic to Ramesh to introduce himself and the company. And like I said, if you have any questions for the company, please include it in the Q&A box.